Hello and welcome to the College Boulevard Activity Center. I'm Jack Clayton here with Evan Calkins tonight for the matchup between the Olathe Northwest Ravens and the Olathe West Owls. It is sure to be quite the battle on this windy fall night. Evan, what are you looking for on both sides of the ball?
You know, from Northwest, I'm looking for a direct game on the ground. They've got a little bit of size on them, so they can post up on the shorter defenders, and hopefully they can get in the goal from there. And from West, you know, I'm looking for a little bit of in the air. You know, they don't have the size, but they've definitely got the speed on Northwest. So we'll see what the teams decide to do in the first half.
All right, and Northwest has the wind advantage. The wind is blowing pretty hard to the south, and the Ravens are kicking towards the south goal. Ravens are studded with senior leadership. They have 11 seniors on one side of the ball, including a couple commits. Caleb Ragland recently committed to Western Illinois, and Braden Beard committed to Creighton. So 2 D1 commits so far this season. Any special talent on the west side of the ball?
You know, we've got Johnny Munoz. He's a national team player. He decided not to play this year, and so he came back down to high school. Played with the O2 national team. We've got players like Blake Peterson in the midfield. We've got good defenders like Cameron Denton in the backfield. You know, they've got a solid team all around, so we'll see how this goes. Looks like Northwest going to start with a 4-3-3, and it looks like West will be doing the same thing. So we've got two 4-3-3s today. We'll see how that matches up.
All right, and as they get set to kick off, we're underway. The clock has started here at Seaback. The Ravens will quickly take possession. The ball will roll out of bounds. It's going to be a West throw-in. David Hepteen regains control. He's going to get it out to Brock Baker on the near sideline. Some contact early on. This may be a pretty chippy game. Both teams ready to get after it. Ball into the box will be deflected by West, but it's going to be controlled by Beard. He's going to take a shot, and the goalie will make a save.
Ravens starting off strong.
What'd you see on that first offensive possession?
Well, you know, Northwest decided to pull that ball wide from Brock Baker and found Caleb Ragland. Caleb making a good play on the left foot with the cross and finding Braden Beer on the opposite side. So that's a good start from Northwest. Hopefully they can keep it up playing wide.
Absolutely. Who's going to make a big difference for the Ravens tonight?
You know, tonight I'm thinking Caleb Ragland's going to come up big with a goal and maybe an assist. He's looking good already with a few passes and a nice cross to the center. So we'll see how he turns up tonight.
Peterson has the ball down the corner. He'll cross it, but it'll be deflected, and John Lindsay will make a save. 2 minutes underway, and both teams have been in the opposing box. John Lindsay will play it up to Baker. Ball will go back to West. This soccer game is quite the way to kick off the second night of homecoming week. ONW is celebrating its annual event. Dylan Cooper set to throw in.
Now, Jack, if I'm not correct, that number 5 used to play for Northwest, didn't he? Davis Gertson.
Yes, he was on the varsity squad a year ago. Decided to make the move to West.
An interesting decision, might I say.
David Hepteen will track one down. Braden Beard is going to lose the ball out of bounds. It'll go to West. Defense battling hard. Beard will clear it out to Klusman. He'll be swallowed up. Schinkel will try to maintain possession. Klusman's moving up the sideline, and he'll have it taken away. Ball kind of going back and forth between both teams.
Northwest out of this. Keep them trapped in.
You've played for Coach Graham for several years. What is his style of coaching? What does he like to do in terms of maybe a game plan?
You know, his game plan is,
Plays it back to his defense. Zane Kalipek battles. He'll win it. He'll play it off to Beard. Lots of contact in the middle of the field as Klusman tries to track it down. The goalie will beat him to the punch. One interesting thing earlier today, they have lots of players that can all play kind of the same attacking positions. They seem to be spread out over the field. Is that a disadvantage or an advantage to have a lot of really athletic forwards?
you know, it's a good thing. You got to have attacking ability to score, you know? And those same players can play in the backfield, so it's a good thing.
Trash bag is in front of your lens. I think you can take that off. Just rip it. It's a trash bag. No one will miss it.
Gertzen will battle with Oulette in the middle of the field. Oulette's one of the only underclassmen, on the team. In fact, he's the only player under a junior. Cooper Baker, but he'll be called offside.
Northwest student section getting into the game early.
It's Jersey night, and it is sure to be a fun one for the student section. They need to play a big part in this game.
Need to back up their boys.
Absolutely. Gertzen looking to make a move on the near sideline. Oulette's there to defend him. Baker will come over and give him a little shove. No call from the ref.
A good call. Don't let the boys think there's a little too much physicality going in this game. Make sure they're tough and ready for this game.
Absolutely.
Safe two.
Beard looking to make a move. Tries to split two defenders. Klusman will play the ball to Beard down the far sideline. He's going to cross it in the middle to Baker.
Oh.
Baker will make an attempt, but it will...
Where it is, right? Getting Beard on the wing. You've got Brock Baker from the wing into that box. And that's both of your wings playing into this game. That's how I like to play. Stay it wide and then cut on into the box.
The tripod or is it just hanging there? Okay.
Take his free kick.
Q is probably been. Oh, we lost it again.
A little bit of collision there between Oulette and Schinkel. He'll send it downfield. They're going to call.
So they're going to call for West ball.
Very physical. He's the biggest guys on the field. Beard will run into a wall of West players. Cashman fighting off a West defender with his arms.
Ball's going to go out on that one.
9 minutes into this first half, and not a lot of action has gone down since the opening 2 minutes. Ball staying in the middle of the field most early half. Poor decision by West. They're going to right before it rolls out of bounds. This will set up a Ravens corner.
Plays Chase Klusman. Played on him against club, and he is not easy to guard, I'll tell you that.
So on this play for Klusman in the box?
They're going to look for him right outside that 6, right off the play.
Box. Heptine's fighting for control. He'll hit the turf, and West will clear it out. Kalipek's going to control it. Trying to get set up.
Now, I've been noticing this all game. Look at West's shape. They're very skewed to a side. It looks like they're trying to really load the ball with players, and so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players around the ball right now in white, and you've got 2 on the outside. So looks like they're really trying to flood that ball and play on one side of the field, really keep that possession.
And is that a key for West? Do they need to hold the ball as long as possible?
They're going to need to this game. Northwest is pushing up hard on the field, so if they want to stop them from pushing up, they're going to have to hold the ball and maintain a lot of possession this game. So,
speaking of, the defenders cross the midfield line. As Klusman and Beard are down in the corner. Cashman's still battling on the left side. He's going to get called for a foul.
I'm not sure about that one. Not sure what the call is, and not sure what you could call on that one.
And that may end up being the story of the game. Can the refs keep control of these two teams? Emotions are high. This is one of the biggest rivalries, definitely in the Olathe School District at this time. Baker will make a move to the middle. It'll be intercepted.
Now, I was talking to Mr. Brock Baker about his commitment, and he said that he might have an announcement coming within a few weeks, so hopefully we'll see something about that.
Good for him. Across the middle, John Lindsay will dive and make a save.
Davis Gertson's looking hot from early on. He's pulling out a few skill moves there. West fan section looks to like it, and looks like he's going to be putting up a little bit more all game. So
good boot there from Lindsay. Unfortunately, it'll be played straight to the keeper. That last possession from West was pretty quick. Is that going to be a theme?
You know what? I'm hoping if they want to win this game, they're going to hold on to it a little bit. But it looks like they're willing to play different styles just to get the ball in the net. And it looks like that is going to roll out for a West corner.
And Evan, how much of a difference can the wind make on a night like tonight? The wind is easily nearing at least 15 to 20 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, the wind will completely change the result of the game, especially with a team like West who's going to play direct on the ground. It's going to change because with the wind, you can't play in the air as much. It's harder to be more accurate with your passes, and it just makes the game a lot more tough to just play on the ground. So it might be a little bit of an advantage for West, but Northwest is used to playing on the ground and used to playing in the air, so hopefully they can do a little bit of both tonight with and without the wind.
Sounds good. Lindsay, the four-sport athlete, here to kick.
Another foul on Northwest here.
There's easily been 4 fouls called on Northwest, and I don't think there's been more than one going the Owls' direction.
We just talked about how we were expecting the refs to keep a little bit of a physical game, but it looks like maybe we might be wrong and looking for a little bit of a change to keep the boys intact early on. So
Cooper to throw. Schinkel will exit.
Focusing your camera a little bit. Or turn it on autofocus. Or turn on autofocus. One of the two.
Leif Johnson will make his first appearance of the night, number 9.
Whoa. Katie, what was that zone? Well, the ball's in the shot. But what should... Yeah.
Klusman battling for position will play it back to Cooper.
Some good movement from the boys right now.
We're on 2 now.
Johnson looking to make something happen. He's going to get it out to Cashman or Beard.
Yeah, we're on Ashton.
Beard will take a shot. Goalie didn't have to move much for that one.
He was looking for that back right corner, tried to curl it in. Couldn't get it though.
Katie, try to stay wide on yours. Ashton will use for close-ups.
Kalpek makes a nice defensive play. He's scanning for some options. Klusman will track it down in the corner.
Take one.
And the throw will be Northwest. Deep on their side of the field.
Game plan here, you know, when they get in the box, their goal is find Klusman on the chest, bring it down, pass it back, and let's see the cross from Dylan Cooper. That's what they like to do. Let's see if they're going to do it here.
Caleb Ragland will play a ball into the box. Nothing going there.
Go and take 2. Be ready to take a 1. Take 1. Danny, follow it. There you go.
Ball will roll off Peterson. Cooper looking the other direction for Brock Baker. Klusman will just miss the cross from Baker. It'll go back to West. Beard and Johnson compete on the far side. The ball will once again be sent in the west direction. The Owls doing a good job of picking up all the loose balls to this point. Klusman's got space. He's in the box. He's looking for some help. Beard's in the middle, and it will be just off the left post. The Ravens missed their first really good opportunity of the night to put one in the back of the net.
That was a good chance for them. They had 4 players on 3 for the West, and they just missed that ball by a fraction of a hair.
But still a great sign to get a good look this early in the ball game.
You know, I think Northwest has had all the big looks except for maybe one on the other side for West, but, you know, I think they've got the game in control right now, and they're playing their game, and West isn't.
We're nearing 20 minutes left in the first half. How important will it be for the Ravens to get on the board in this half while they have some advantages like the wind?
Well, you know, especially for right now, as we see a free kick coming for Northwest, the most important thing is going to be with that wind, they're going to need to score quick because with West playing on the ground, that wind's just going to help them get further forward on the field. So they need to take advantage here on this free kick, hopefully coming from Caleb Ragland or Chase Klusman in the back of the net.
If you're coaching, who do you have taking the kick right here?
You know, I have Caleb Ragland taking this in the left foot. The position of the ball, goalkeeper's going to be a little bit more on his left post, so hopefully Caleb Ragland will put that thing top right. Beautiful shot and score a goal for Northwest.
The ref will move the wall back a little bit.
It's a pretty far wall right there. Probably 12 to 13 yards compared to your traditional 10.
The wind blowing so hard that the ball won't stay still on the ground. Klusman will put on the ground, but it'll be stopped.
That's a good thought from Klusman, going under the wall. They know that Klusman and Caleb got the good shot, so that's a good plan.
Cooper will try to track it down, play it back to Lindsay. Brock Baker's going to go down the sideline with it. He's going to look for Klusman in the middle.
Take two. Where the ball goes.
Ragland will play it to Olathe in the middle.
Take one.
It's going to go up and be straight into the hands of the keeper. Johnson's got some room. He's going to take a shot, but it's going to be wide left.
I like that attempt. I've seen him make those before. He's definitely got the legs and the power to do that from that distance, about 25, 30 yards out. So, I wouldn't mind seeing a few more shots this game because I think he's the one who's going to score one from out there.
And some names we haven't really mentioned on the defensive side. In the back, we've got Cooper, Kalapek, Heptine, and Cashman. What do you like about the Ravens' defensive front?
About the defensive front, I definitely love both the wings. You got Braden Beard and Brock Baker out there. Both players super fast. They've got good foot skills, and they know exactly where they need to be. And then you've got Chase Klusman up top who can hold the ball like no one else can and dish off to any midfielder. And that's how their game plan is. They play off of Chase Klusman and find their way forward.
Clock sneaks just under 20 minutes as a West player is down the sideline looking for an option in the middle. Peterson and Munoz are both in the area. Cooper's going to track this one down, though. Baker will look to Ragland, who's going to make a move to the outside. He's looking for some space and has lost control of the ball.
It's a great tackle from Cameron Denton right there. Good defensive mindset and kept up with him even though he's fast.
Tangle up right there between Gertzen and Cooper. They know each other pretty well. We'll see how that matchup unfolds throughout the night.
Fun little smirk from Cooper there to Gertzen. A little friendly play.
David Heptine's going to take the kick. He's got quite the boot on him.
Beautiful touch from Braden Beard.
He'll take a shot as well as he hits the turf.
It's that same shot he took earlier. Just needs to get that a little bit higher, a little bit wider. That's a good shot. Now I'm looking at Zane Kalapek, and I'm not for sure if that's his compression shorts or if that's a little bit of tape on him, but it looks like he's got something on his right knee. I'm not for sure what that's about. So we'll see if we can get some insight on that at some point.
Zane is the younger brother of Evan Kalapek, who led the Ravens at center back last season.
Probably one of the better players to ever come through Northwest on the defensive standpoint. Definitely ran the game, one of the best captains I've ever seen, and was truly respected by every player. So.
Heptine will control it. He'll look to Beard on the far sideline.
And it seems that we've got some rain coming down now. Pretty heavy.
Perfectly completes this fall night.
Sure does, Jack. Sure does.
Making the conditions as about as unfavorable as possible for the 25th of September.
You know, it's going to make this game a strategy game. With all this wind and all this rain, it's going to mean that it doesn't matter how good you are right now. It's going to matter what your strategy is and how you're going to play, because that's going to make this game.
Klusman will take a touch to play it off to Schinkel. Baker's got some room. He'll play it in the middle, but the West will deflect it out of bounds. It'll be a Raven corner.
Looks like we've got Leif Johnson taking the corner. Let's see what he can do for the Northwest Ravens.
Owls keeper directing traffic a little bit. Defenders trying to find their mark. Klusman goes up, but nothing happening. Braden Beard will take a shot, but it'll roll out of bounds. Another good chance from the Ravens there.
Can't convert yet. They're working on it.
You have to think, though, with the amount of chances that they've had to this point, we're only 25 minutes into the first half. Something's bound to find the back of the net.
Looks like we're coming up with a quick sub from Chris Graham. Looks like he's putting in a few new people in the back, and he's got some fresh legs in the front to give his starters a break, and then they'll probably be back in about 10 minutes. So let's see how these boys can do.
Brandon Dinkle just entered it right back, and Mason Wynn will enter the midfield. Last week, apparently, Brandon Dinkle had an absolutely beautiful shot. Did you see that one?
I did see that one. It was probably one of the best goals I've ever seen from this team. Had some good goals last year, but Brandon scoring from almost half field on a nice little chipper over the keeper. Beautiful shot.
David Hepteen's competing in a foot race. He'll clear it out to Johnson.
Now, can we talk about David Hepting for just 1 second? What a defensive player. This guy is one of the most physical and tough players I've ever seen, and he's super fast, and he's almost unstoppable. It is hard to get by him.
Growing up with the kid, it was always a little bit sad to have a foot race with him. All of a sudden, he'd just be 20 feet out in front of you.
He is a tank.
Matthew Dodson in the game not too long ago. He's on the far sideline. John Lindsay will dive in the middle of the field and get lucky on a bounce.
Scary play from a Northwest side who's kind of controlling possession right now.
And although I haven't seen a lot of the games, in the 2 games that we've broadcast, I've seen John Lindsay make 2 fairly minor mistakes that ended in goals. So we'll see how that works out tonight.
You know, the home opener of the season against East, some unfortunate mistakes in the backfield, and you know, Northwest had a few chances, but they led to their own demise in mistakes.
Beard will cross. It'll be tracked down by the keeper. Some new faces in the front as well. Turf must be slippery. Some Ravens sliding all over the place.
Looks like we've got the West crowd now getting into it with their players passing some Northwest. Got a good competition on the field and off the field, it looks like.
The first time in several minutes, West seems to be on their end of the field.
Go up a little bit. A little bit more. There you go. Zoom in a tiny bit.
And another foul against Northwest from some physical play.
Is a ball in this location a threat to find its home in the goal?
I'm not for sure about that, Jack. You know, West does not have a lot of height on them, so I'm interested to see how this kick goes.
Ball will be played in the box. Lindsay's going to just be beaten to the spot by a West forward, maybe Munoz, and it'll find its home in the back of the net.
And there it is, Jack. West is going to find themselves up 1-0 in the with 13 minutes left. Munoz doing a little bit of a dance in front of the student section. Northwest not looking happy, putting back in their starters and looking to refresh from that goal.
You think that goal had anything to do with maybe some of the starters being off the field for the first time in this half?
You know, I'm not for sure about that one. I think that was some really good play from West. Johnny Munoz looking 5'8", 5'9". He's not a super tall guy. Getting up there. Not for sure who was defending, but he got up and rose over and just had a really good header on that right side of the goal. So good job from the lads on the West side.
Caleb Ragland's going to draw a foul.
I'm confused on the call there. It looks like the ref did not want to play the advantage, and it looks like Efron Balez is going to get a yellow card and be sent to the sideline. Now, if you're not aware, in high school soccer, a yellow card is a immediate sub, and you can come back in after 10 minutes of play. So he will be out of the game for 10 minutes.
He'll make his return around the 2-minute mark.
Actually looks like he's looking to stay on the field. Caleb Ragland's going to stand over this free kick from about 35, 40 yards out.
Ball will be into the box and just long for Baker, who he was looking for. Ragland has his hands on his head. He can't believe it.
It looks like I'm mistaken. You just have to sub out and then you can come right back in. I found that an interesting play from Coach. That means that he's going to have to be a little careful in the midfield, and if he gets another yellow, that's not good for the West side being up 1-0 with a player down.
Kalipek hits the turf, takes Gertzen with him. Three Ravens in the area. Wynn's going to battle for it. He'll come up with it. Play it over to Schinkel in the middle, who will lose control. West on the attack. Munoz in the middle. David Hepteen will stop the ball, clear it out to Klusman.
You know, I'm thinking the ref needs to be calling a little bit on that side as well.
Gertzen looking for options. He'll play it past the defense. John Lindsay will control it. Braden Beard looks to get around his defender. He's streaking down the sideline. It looks like it's going to be a corner kick for the Ravens. We've got some subs coming in.
Looks like we've actually got a goal kick coming from West.
I apologize. Cashman will re-enter along with Johnson and Oulette.
The rain has seemed to stop, so there is one less factor affecting this game right now. So let's see what the boys are going to respond and do to that.
So about 10 minutes left in this first half. Olathe West Owls still up 1-0 over the Ravens. Kalipek is being escorted off. Maybe an issue with that taped right leg. Could be a variety of things, from a quad to hamstring to maybe even some knee problems. Hopefully he'll make his return.
Looks like for the immediate change, we've got Cashman who's sliding into the center back position, and we've pushed out Matthew Dodds to the left back position to fill in.
Brock Baker and the West defender using their hands to push off each other. It's going to be a Northwest kick with pretty good position. Looks like Ragland's going to have another shot at.
This is crossing position. Northwest is moving in the box. They're looking to find an open head and get that head in the goal.
Ball's crossed in the box. There's lots of people in the area. Oulette is going to kick one, but it's going to go right over the top of the goal.
Northwest has got to get their set pieces under the belt. They've been missing some easy chances on that. You've got Matthew Dodds in front of the whole West team, and all he can get's a little flick that goes back away from the goal. So they've got to step up and get those conversions.
Ragland will try to split defenders, but Klusman will be there to control the ball. Beard's in the middle looking for Baker out on the wing. Baker plays the ball in the middle on the ground. It's going to scramble around, but West will clear it out. David Hepteen's going to play it back to Lindsay. There's 8 minutes left in this first half.
Northwest wants to find their way back into this game. Second half, they've got to do something this half to recalibrate for that.
Absolutely, and as you said, this West team has been out to play. They've brought Northwest every single ounce of fight that they expected this first half. Now, with the wind at your back, does Ragland look to make a play on the goal here, or is this just a dump? And I guess we have a dump here.
Not the best cross from Matthew Dodds. And again, set pieces. You're coming off a set piece right in the middle of the field, and you got to be able to get that ball where it needs to go.
Klusman has time down in the corner. He'll have it taken away. Ragland's going to make a move. Dodds will take a throw on the far sideline. Klusman will try to get around the defender. Plate to Baker, who goes up for the header, and it'll be just over the crossbar. The Ravens just miss another opportunity. Athletic play, though, from Baker to give himself a chance. A good cross there from Klusman. Cooper will kick it out of bounds. West looking to push before the half ends. 6 minutes left. Gertson's going to cross it long, but Lindsay is there to pick it up. Dodds in a hurry will play Beard. He'll go around his defender, go around a second defender. And ball dribbles down to the goalie. Johnson a little bit slow to get up in the middle of the field. Ragland's going to make a move, surrounded by 4 defenders. Ball into the box, and it's going to be off the head of the Owls and roll out of bounds, the Northwest throw. Johnson will go to the left. He'll cross the ball in the box. Cooper's right there, but can't make a play. The ball goes off his chest.
You know, he looked to get a good head on it, but it looked like he was a little bit in front of the ball there, so he ended up having to use his chest to try to get a shot off, and you know you just can't get a lot of power with the chest.
And another aggressive play from Beard there.
Boys are pushing it. They're trying to get that goal before halftime, and they're not making the best choices right now, so they need to calm down. 5 minutes is a lot of time to get a goal. They just got to slow down and play on the ground.
Ball still in the air. Cashman and Hepteen right there to track it down. West competing hard for the ball, but Lindsay's going to kick it out. Gertson's going to go down the sideline, try to make a play. Appears we have an offside call. Cashman gets going quickly. Brock Baker in a foot race down the sideline. He's going to get there first, it appears. He'll go around in the corner, try to save it, and it'll roll out of bounds.
Wind is still intense as we're closing out this first half. Rain has stopped, and it looks like the boys are going to close out the half, hopefully 1-0. Hopefully we'll get some intense moments before the half ends.
Oulette and Gertzen fighting for the ball. Gertzen will come out ahead. Cooper makes a nice tackle. Once again, another good defensive play from Cooper. Ragland goes around his defender. He's got some space in the middle.
Ref is going to pass on a foul there. Says the defender got all ball on Brock Baker.
In the last few minutes, the Ravens have been less concerned with passing and more concerned with taking it themselves.
Just trying to get that goal to even out the half and give them a good start for next half.
Klusman's going to try to do it himself. Still battling with two defenders. Cashman beats a West defender to the ball. Both find the turf. And the Ravens will control the ball once again. Baker's looking for options. Caleb Ragland still fighting for the ball, but it'll go to the Owls. Some fans starting to get frustrated. As we predicted, play is definitely starting to get a little bit chippy between these two squads. Ooh. Beard will trip over the ball. Maybe the slick turf having something to do with that one. Clock is inching closer to 1 minute. A ball into the box. Lindsey's going to try to track it down. It'll go between his hands, and he'll dive on it just in time.
Close mistake from John Lindsey in the back again. Ravens look to turn it around with the big kick.
Clock ticks under 1 minute. Ravens are going to push for this last minute, see if they can find the net. Klusman controls it. He'll try to go through three defenders. And that might be it for the half. There's 30 seconds left.
West is going to try to kill the 30 seconds here. Let's see how they do it. They're going to give it a big boot back to Northwest for 25 seconds. See if they can pull something out of the hat.
Dodd's in a hurry and the ball be called back. Clock is under 10. And that will most likely take us to the half. That's all we have for the first half. The score is 1-0. Olathe West Owls over the Olathe Northwest Ravens. We'll be back in a few minutes to bring you second half action.
to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure. Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
The Dig Pink event started in 2013. I feel like it's a great opportunity for all of our volleyball programs to actually reach out and work with the community for a great cause. This event is very community oriented. Like, the players come in, and I think there is the aspect of competition on the floor, but I think there's a very sense of community with all the teams when we come to an event like this.
Yeah, normally it's competitive, but each team is playing for something that's kind of bigger than themselves. So everybody works hard, but we're also sponsoring a good cause.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
It just, it helps promote awareness for what's going on, and all the girls were doing what we love, so it's just like a big event for everybody because we're doing it for people we love, and it's also promoting awareness.
All of the JV and varsity volleyball teams from the Olathe School District get together, and we just have a good time of fellowship, but then they bring in and provide speakers that either have been personally affected by breast cancer.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
Dig Pink is where all the high schools come together and play each other, and it's a really fun atmosphere with a big crowd.
I think the best thing is that night we're all Olathe.
The purpose of Dig Pink is to spread awareness about cancer and to have everyone together to talk about it. The atmosphere is just very fun. It's not necessarily competition. It's just everyone getting together to again spread awareness.
The parade or the marching in of the survivors, or the people we're paying tribute to, it's a night that brings Olathe together. It's a fun thing.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
So the Dig Pink event is an event that we use to honor people who have either survived breast cancer, are currently struggling with breast cancer, or have passed away and lost their battle with breast cancer. And so the big thing is to spread awareness. So we go and play a couple games. We play the other Olathe schools, and the whole goal is to raise a bunch of money and to raise that awareness and to let people have a good time.
We know for a fact that because we started doing the Dig Pink event, 2 women have been, actually came to the Dig Pink. They went in and got a check, and they were diagnosed with breast cancer, but they caught it so early that they've been able to treat it. And unfortunately, the statistics are that at least one of the girls on the varsity team will end up getting breast cancer in her lifetime.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
It's honestly a really good event, just the whole culture of it and the atmosphere. You walk in, you have all these different high schools, but they're kind of coming together for one overall cause. I think it's very important because it brings a lot of awareness to just breast cancer and everything surrounding it in general.
It's very important to me. I'm a breast cancer survivor too. I was diagnosed last year in October, and it was actually at the Dig Pink banquet that I was listening to the speakers and going, I know I have a lump. I wonder what this means for me, and just happy to know that we're letting girls know what to do early on so they can detect it early, and that there's great, the Olathe Medical Center was great to me.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure. Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
The Dig Pink event started in 2013. I feel like it's a great opportunity for all of our volleyball programs to actually reach out and work with the community for a great cause. This event is very community oriented. Like, the players come in, and I think there is the aspect of competition on the floor, but I think there's a very sense of community with all the teams when we come to an event like this.
Yeah, normally it's competitive, but each team is playing for something that's kind of bigger than themselves. So everybody works hard, but we're also sponsoring a good cause.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
It just, it helps promote awareness for what's going on, and all the girls were doing what we love, so it's just like a big event for everybody because we're doing it for people we love, and it's also promoting awareness.
All of the JV and varsity volleyball teams from the Olathe School District get together, and we just have a good time of fellowship, but then they bring in and provide speakers that either have been personally affected by breast cancer.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
Dig Pink is where all the high schools come together and play each other, and it's a really fun atmosphere with a big crowd.
I think the best thing is that night we're all Olathe.
The purpose of Dig Pink is to spread awareness about cancer and to have everyone together to talk about it. The atmosphere is just very
Welcome back to the College Boulevard Activity Center. We're here to bring you second half action. Just a reminder, you're here with Jack Clayton and Evan Calkins, excuse me. Evan Kalapek is watching at K-State. What are you looking for in this second half?
Raven comeback, they got to get going with something. They had a bunch of chances in the first half. They're going to create a bunch more this half. They just got to get them going. They got to convert their chances. So with West, they have the win now. They got to keep that ball going somewhere. Looks like we got a little bit of a fake on the play.
West will quickly, there'll be several changes of possessions as Beard hits the turf. Gertson's going to take a dribble down the field. He'll play it to nobody. Hepteen's going to run it down. So if you're Coach Graham, what did you say in the halftime huddle moving forward? What do you tell your team?
You know what? Especially near the end of that half, he probably told the boys that they needed to slow down and play as a team. They started trying to take on people by themselves, and that definitely led to their demise in the last 10 minutes of the game, or the first half. And so, he's telling them they started off great. I mean, they played wide. They found Brock Baker. They found Braden Beard, and that was how they were getting chances. So he said keep up with the chances, and you'll score one of them, maybe even two.
Corner kick ready for West. It'll go into the box. There's lots of competition around, and there's going to be a foul somewhere. Northwest will move quick. Raglan with some space. He'll play it to the middle. Johnson's going to take control. Ouellette's got the ball in the middle with some space. He's going to play it to Klusman.
The ref isn't going to acknowledge the play after the ball is kicked around.
Kalapek is back in the game after that exit in the last half. Let's see how that leg holds up. Roulette and Beard kind of standing in the same spot. Klusman takes the ball. Some miscommunications between the Ravens early as West to have a throw. Ball be cleared. And then blasted right past the Raven goal, way wide left. Lindsay set to kick. Peterson will play it off the head towards the middle. Cooper will take control, but Gertzen will intercept his pass. The Ravens have yet to get anything going so far in this half.
West is getting some good chances here. Deflection off of the foot of Henry Kernow. Looking for that outside bend-in shot towards the near post.
Lindsay will play one on the ground to Cashman. But it's going to go back the other way.
Now, Jack, I want to talk about how these teams would look if West wasn't a team and if the boundaries were still in Northwest. Northwest would have almost 4 of these players. They would be keeping Davis Gertzen. They would have Henry Kernow. They would have Johnny Munez, and they would have Blake Peterson all within their boundaries. So that's a pretty big improvement for the Northwest side if West wasn't a school.
And what's really impressive is how talented Northwest has remained on the soccer side despite some of those boundary shifts.
It sure has. West coach has done an awesome job trying to get kids to the school, especially being a first-year school. Johnson on the counterattack here. Finds Caleb Ragland out wide.
Ragland looks to cross. Baker's in the area, but it's going to move just out to the left. Another great opportunity from the Ravens. One interesting point, talent perspective-wise, the Ravens have 11 seniors. All 11 seniors find the field at some point during the game. That means that most of their varsity roster will be graduating in the spring. So this young talent from West could really have benefited the Northwest program.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely going to be a tough turnaround next year, losing 11 seniors. It's going to mean you need some guys who are on the bench right now to step up in the next upcoming years.
And these seniors are no short of talent. We have 2 D1 commits on the field currently. We have 1 player on the field that's looking to commit in the near future, and Klusman that holds several records for goals and several other offensive categories. Hepteen's going to make a good defensive play to track down the ball, showing off that speed we mentioned in the first half.
Back and forth in the second half.
Kernow's looking to throw deep in the west corner.
We've got Luke High out on the corner for Olathe West, looking to find some head in the box.
Ball be played into the box, a touch long, and soar straight out of bounds. Lindsay will play it out to Cooper. Beard makes a move around Gertzen. Klusman gets tripped up, and he'll draw a foul. They're going to give a card to Munoz. Maybe for something said to Klusman. They went face-to-face there for a second.
Ref looking to take his time on this card and reset this game to keep it back in control.
Calipek's going to play it off to Heptine. Cashman's going to give it to Leaf. Leaf has room. Going to make a move. Looks to the middle. Ball bounces around, but is scooped up.
Ravens just can't convert that chance this half, and they weren't able to do it last half either. They need to find their composure in that box soon if they want to have a chance in this game.
Caleb Ragland's going to take the ball down the sideline. He's going to beat his defender. He's got plenty of time. Cross goes into the middle. Klusman's right there, but his header flies just over the crossbar. Another fantastic opportunity just missed.
That's a sitter right there. That should be, especially from a goal scorer caliber like Chase Klusman, that should be an easy put in for him.
And was that a ball that needed to go off the head?
I do think it was. I think that was a good choice from where he was going. I just don't think he took his time and really thought about what he was going to do on the kick there. Unfortunate play.
Oulette will clear it out. The Owls will reset. Ragland's working in the middle. He shed 2 defenders, but he'll be stopped. Lindsay will come up to make the scoop.
You know, it's been an interesting game in the midfield, Jack. You've got national team player Johnny Munoz playing against Caleb Ragland, a really good D1 commit to Western Illinois. And I think that just makes for a really good matchup in the midfield and keeps this game very interesting.
Another interesting move. Braden Beard has been moved from the right wing, or the left wing, excuse me, into the midfield. Ball bounces a little bit. Klusman's going to play it up into the... Baker will lose control, and it'll roll out of bounds. Once again, ball will go to Baker. Ball will go to Ragland in the middle. He's got a few options. Johnson goes to the outside, looks into the box, but the goalkeeper comes up and makes a snag.
Ravens seem to be pushing up the field quite a bit. Their defenders are setting up right in front of the half-field line.
The Ravens have spent the last few minutes on the Owl side of the field. Calipek in a foot race with Onassa. He'll just play it out of bounds. The Owls will set up deep in Northwest territory. One thing we have not seen a lot of is subs from Olathe Northwest. The first sub of last half did in until about the 20-minute mark. What kind of effect do you think that'll have on the late game?
You know, all these fantastic players for Northwest in the attacking third, but you've got to get them some minutes to rest. I mean, they're constantly in this West defense right now. They're finding themselves chances after chances after chances, and they can only keep doing that if they can get their rest. So I want to see some coaching standpoints for get some rest. We're ready to go.
And once again, it appears that Kalapek will exit. Cashman will be moved to the middle.
We still haven't found out what's up with his knee or what's going on during the game, so hopefully we can get back with that at some point.
Johnson has space on the near sideline. He'll move to the middle. Ragland in the corner looking for a cross. That's going to cross into the box. There's not much of a play there as Klusman will look for something but not get it. Some West fans getting into it, targeting the Northwest student section.
We've got an intense game right now on the field with West winning 1-0, just under 30 minutes left to play. West student section a little louder than Northwest student section. Jack, do you think that's impacting the game so far?
Absolutely. I think it's all about momentum, especially in a game that's one score. Staying motivated can get kind of hard, especially in these conditions.
Yeah, and now it seems that Northwest is coming out and going right back at West with their own medicine. Looks like they're coming out with the "We Can't Hear You."
Braden Beard has plenty of space in the backfield.
He's playing pretty free form right now. Playing to get the ball and feeding whoever he can.
Johnson will try to save Hepteen's ball. It'll fly out of bounds.
We finally got a sub on the Northwest side. Brandon Dinkle coming into the back.
Another interesting sub. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Dinkle usually plays in the upper third. Tonight we've seen him sub twice on the back row.
You know, I've seen him play all over the place. He's one of those players where he's athletic and he's fast, and you can put him anywhere and he'll play and do a good job.
Munez makes a little bit of a run. Hepteen there to stop him. Cashman will take the cross off the head. Owls hurriedly get the ball back into the field. Dinkle makes a move, plays it to Brock Baker. It'll be a free kick for the Ravens. Ragland has the ball in the midfield, goes to the left of one defender, tries to get it to Johnson, but it'll roll out of bounds. The ball will stay with Northwest.
This is where they've got to come up big and get those chances. Looks like we're going to be going to a Northwest corner. Here's what I'm talking about. Need to convert this one soon.
Johnson looks like he's going to be taking it as the Ravens start to load up the box. Crosses in. Klusman goes for the head, but it's straight to the hands of the goalkeeper. That'll be another missed conversion for the Ravens.
You know, I think the goalkeeper, Johnny Dolores, has had such a great game so far. Hasn't made any big mistakes that are going to lead to a demise of West, and, you know, that's what you got to do as a goalkeeper. No mistakes.
And he's been in the right spot on nearly every single play.
He has. He knows what to do.
Hepteen will play the ball back down the sideline to Dodds. With Gerber. Some space in the middle. He sees Johnson. He's Oulette surveys his options, gets the ball to Ragland. Ravens pressing up as Brock Baker looks to make a move to the middle. Ball will get to Klusman. He's going to try to pass it, but it's going to be controlled by West and cleared.
No, that's something that needs to happen on the first touch. Chase Klusman to Brock Baker, right past that defensive line. I think that was a split second earlier. That could have been a good chance for the Ravens.
Ball's going to roll out of bounds. Ravens will reset. Dodd set the throw in. Looking to Klusman. Hepteen will slide in front of the ball. The throw by Dodds will go straight out of the bounds. Last few minutes have been pretty back and forth. No real possession maintained. Hepteen will get caught for a foul. Evan, is this a dangerous kick right here?
You know, this is the same spot they had on the other side where they scored. Johnny Muniz on the head. I'm a little nervous for the Northwest Ravens on this point. You're going to have to be strong defensively to stop them from scoring this one and take it down and get one for yourself. Let's see what they do here. Luke High on the kick.
Ball goes into the box. There's an owl that goes for it, but it's not converted. Hepteen controls it and will try to clear it out. Oulette comes out with the ball. Leaf plenty of time. He's streaking up the field, fighting the wind. He's going to try to go around the defender. Looks for a shot, but Dolores is right there.
Ravens struggling to find a shot this second half. A good shot. It's on target. They just can't put it in the right place past Johnny Dolores.
Johnson wants a foul as he was getting up. West is going to slow it down here for a minute.
You know, West has definitely changed this game on Northwest. They've slowed it down, and Northwest has struggled to adjust to it. We've got a player offside on Owls. It's going to be a Northwest free kick.
The clock has just ticked under 20 minutes. We're halfway through this second half. Owls still lead 1-0 despite some shots on goal in the second half from the Ravens. Ball will be sent over to Dodds, and he'll lose control rather quickly.
And they're going to give a foul to West again.
ball will go off Gertson's foot out of bounds. Klusman looking for the ball down the line. Nothing cooking on that play.
Now this is definitely a turn of events from last year, Jack. I don't know if you remember. Northwest 7, Owls 0. So the Owls have either seemed to improve or Northwest just hasn't been able to find their mojo yet this game. I'm interested to see how the rest of this game goes. Looks like we've got Brandon Dinkle coming in from the throw right outside the box.
Johnson's talking to the ref about that potential foul a few minutes ago.
He's not happy about it.
Dinkle gets hit hard. They'll pick up a free kick. He's still on the ground and grabs his heel. He's going to try to walk it off.
This is a dangerous spot for the Owls.
Cross goes into the box. Klusman goes up for the head. It's going to bounce around, but Dolores once again comes up with the save. So far, this clean sheet has been pretty impressive from Dolores.
But, you know, he also hasn't had anything too difficult. The Ravens haven't supplied him with that good shot that he had to make a good save on. So, you know, the Ravens need to step up, and Johnny Dolores, if he keeps doing what he's doing, it's going to be a tough game for the Ravens to stop him.
You're right. A lot of the shots have been right in the middle of the goal. As Cashman kicks the ball upfield.
Ravens are becoming slowly out of shape here, playing a little more free-form soccer.
Hepteen will boot it out of bounds, destroy that West momentum, and the Owls will set up for a corner kick.
You know, if West puts one in here, it's going to be a tough one on the boys, and this may be a tough game to recover from. So Ravens need to make some good defensive plays on this corner and not allow that ball in the back of the net.
And that is interesting. This year so far, there were really high expectations coming into the season for these boys. They have some of the best talent in the state and were expected to be one of the top teams. Unfortunately, they dropped the opener to Olathe East and have dropped in a few other games along the way. Cross goes into the box. It's going to bounce around. Cooper will just boot it out of bounds, and West will start over with a throw. Ball's in the box. Several Ravens in the area. Johnson will clear it out. Caleb Ragland's going to take it down the sideline, and he'll just clear it. Ball be sent in the other direction. Lindsey can. But Evan, how important is rivalry to the Olathe Northwest?
Everyone's friends here. People at West are good friends with the people at Northwest, so it's a big deal to win these kind of games. You know, we had a big basketball game last year. Unfortunately, that Northwest dropped to West, and that was a big deal for all the West fans. Didn't stop hearing about that one for a good bit. And then considering last year that was the biggest sport, now you've got soccer where they've got a great team this year. That would be
Absolutely, and with so many students from Olathe, the school. It gets just at the
Northwest has got to do something now, or if they want to have a chance at
out a foul. Minutes left. The Ravens find the bat.
3-1-6 in the house, baby. We've got Caleb Ragan in the head in the box. Brock Baker making that run from the outside into the box. Beautiful header, finds that right top hand and makes a beautiful shot for the Ravens to equalize it with 14 minutes left to play.
And there's that conversion we've been looking for all things started back up again. There's going to be a foul on the far sideline.
This game's about to get really physical, Jack.
And with the score tied, both teams are going to look to make a run here in what's remaining of the second half. Dinkle's got space. He looks quick coming down the near sideline looking for options. He's going to play it up to Johnson. He's going to go back to the middle. He's going to split two defenders. He's going to go to the turf. They're going to have a no call as Beard fights for it. Ball's going to be crossed. Klusman looks for another cross.
Klusman!
It's going to go off the crossbar. They're going to say no goal. Kurnow on the far sideline has plenty of room.
Now, Jack, I'm not for sure on that one, but from the angle, that should have been a goal.
It looked great, but were there any refs in position to make the call?
I mean, the AR on the opposite side looked like he was in the correct position, so I expect him to make the right call, but, you know, that would have been an amazing shot from Chase Klusman off the bar and down into the goal.
And for the diehard Ravens soccer fans, that shot looks eerily familiar. Last year, the girls' soccer team was beat in either the regional or state tournament on a very controversial call in which the ball may or may not have crossed the line.
Northwest on the free kick here. We've got Caleb Ragland out on the right side of the pitch.
Ball's going to go into the box. Klusman's going to fight for it again. He's going to put one on the ground. It's going to bounce around. And the ball will go back to Olathe West.
West is finding themselves on the defensive third right now, and they're struggling to get it out of there. After that goal by Brock Baker, Northwest is just pushing it at them.
And the Ravens looking to take advantage of the big momentum swing here in the second half. Munoz has space on the near sideline. Dinkle's right there with him. Heptine comes up, tries to control the ball.
Northwest seeming to find their rhythm here. West keeping a little bit of possession with a man falling through here. John Lindsay with the big save.
Absolutely fantastic. David Heptine having a problem. That was where the defensive breakdown was. He just was injured and could not make a play. Northwest fans visibly upset. Heptine can't get up. And Coach Graham is wondering why play wasn't called off. John really bailed out the Ravens there with a fantastic play.
He sure did. This could be tough for the Ravens. They have a lot of momentum going for them, and now you've got one of your better defenders who's down on the field right now. Hopefully nothing too bad, and he'll be back within a few minutes. But the Ravens are going to need him to keep the ball out of the back of the net.
Play may not have been stopped because Heptine never went to the turf. He simply stood there. He went down for what appears to be his left foot, and it doesn't appear to be holding weight too well as Hawkins will help him off.
David Hepting slow to the sideline. Coach Graham's coming out to also help him out. Looks like the replacement here is going to be Mason Wynn. Crowd going crazy for David Hepting right now. He's played such a fantastic game in the back third.
He really has. He's looked extremely athletic and bailed the Ravens out on several occasions.
He sure has.
He's one of those 11 seniors that has a big impact on this team. Gets lots of minutes.
With that injury, he's playing every minute of the game, Jack. Looks like we've got a little bit of a formation change from the Ravens coming up. It looks like they're going to throw one more person in that midfield, and they're going to try to get a few more numbers up in these last 10 or actually 11 minutes of the game here.
So for the rest of the game, do you anticipate the full-on Raven attack that we're used to seeing?
I actually do, yes. I'm going to expect a few counterattacks from the Ravens. I think West is going to try to have the same idea, and they're going to throw one more person in the midfield, maybe even one up in the top, and that's going to leave some gaps in the backfield for the Ravens, and they're going to hopefully take good advantage of it.
The next 11 minutes are sure to be action-packed as John Lindsay sets to get things started. Munoz is going to get the ball played to him. Beard has plenty of time, but Lindsay will clear it out. Klusman looking for the ball, trying to track it down. He'll play it out to Brock Baker on the far sideline. Baker's going to go around his defender. He's looking to cross to Ragland, but nothing going.
Here comes Mason Wynn, who is David Hepting's replacement. He's going to kick it out off a West player, and Olathe Northwest is going to get a corner.
A big setup here for the Ravens. Ragland's going to be over to take the corner.
Dylan Cooper out for the short corner here.
Ball's going to be sent into the box. Klusman is there, but it's going to go long. Cashman's got some time to make a play, and he'll kick one back out of bounds. It'll be a West free kick, or goal kick, excuse me. As the clock reaches 10 minutes, the game is tied at 1s.
It's been a fantastic last 15 minutes, Jack. We've had both sides on the ball, but predominantly we've had the Ravens pushing hard at that attack and getting that goal. See if they can get another one here.
Ragland looks for Johnson. Johnson has one man to beat. He'll go back to the middle. He'll get stopped by one of those West defenders. And Munoz and Dinkle will have a foot race down the sideline.
Good tracking back from Brock Baker there on the defensive side.
He's going to get fouled.
We are currently at 9 minutes left. It is 1-1, and it looks like it's getting colder and colder, and I think that might be impacting the boys a little bit on their legs. Playing a full 80 minutes of soccer, plus getting a little cold. You've got some rain, some pretty heavy winds. That's a tough play.
He'll play it out to do some contact, but take makes a nice tackle. Time to take control.
You can definitely tell the game's slowing down a little bit. Players are getting tired.
Ragland has the ball in the middle. He'll play it to Win. Johnson's surrounded by 3 defenders. He's looking for options, and he'll be shoved. There's a no call. Ravens struggling to control the balls. There's a West player still down on the field. Play will be stopped as Klusman helps stretch him out. Must be a cramp.
Clock is going to stop at 7:47 in the second half. Still 1-1. We got a player down with the cramp right now. Mr. Hawkins, it seems like he's coming out to help.
Still plenty of time for action here.
Luke High is back up and ready to play. Not going to ask for a sub. Oh, looks like the ref's going to force him to get a sub here real quick, but I'm pretty sure West will get him right back in the game.
The Ravens will have a throw.
They're going to kick it back to West, and they're going to reset play here. Back to Johnny Dolores.
Dolores will sky a ball. Wynn is camped under it. He'll go up with it for Cashman. And that West will maintain.
Ball's going to stay with West here as on a throw-in on the attacking half of their field.
Ravens going to take a throw. Don't seem to be in a big rush.
You know, Jack, there's all of overtime to play if this one ends in a 1-1 draw through full time, so plenty of time left to play if this one doesn't get anything happening. Got a counterattack right now with Caleb Ragland under the ball.
Johnson will take it. And it'll be back over to West. Onassa tries to track it down, but Dodds will be played on the near sideline. A little bit of a scramble here. Klusman has some space in the middle. He's going to battle for it with the center back. Johnson's got a potential shot in the middle. And it's going to be right at Dolores. There's going to be a foul on the Ravens. They're going to say that he cleared him with his arm.
Ravens in control again. And they keep it up. 5 minutes. Get a goal here.
Ragland batting with Munoz. Wynn splits the defense, gets the ball to Klusman. He's looking down the sideline for Johnson once again.
Now, Jack, in the last 20 minutes, the Ravens have had a different bit of lineup. They've pushed Braden Beard in the midfield, who's actually not in the game right now. They pushed Leif Johnson out wide, and they no longer have David Hepting in the game right now. It actually looks like that Braden Beard is playing in the backfield for David Hepting. And we've got a PK coming for Northwest. Leif Johnson coming in from the side and gets taken down. This could be big for the Northwest Ravens.
If you're Graham, who's taking this shot right here?
You know, for me, you've got a leading goal scorer in your school history, most goals in the season, most goals in the career. You're going to have Chase Klusman taking this one.
And with just under 5 minutes left on this clock, this shot right here could be absolutely pivotal. We've got a Raven being stretched out by Brock Baker. And that's a goal. Chase Klusman finds the back of the net on the PK. He'll leave the ball on the right side on the ground, and the Ravens will take the 2-1 lead over the Owls.
Raven Nation going wild right now. We've got some shirts being taken off. A little scary from up here, but you know what? I'm excited for the Ravens to be up 2-1 with 5 minutes left.
West will quickly get the ball back into play. Student section definitely getting after the fans from West a little bit. Ball's played down to Peterson. He's got some room in the corner. Matthew Dodds tries to track him down, but Peterson will get around Dodds. He'll cross into the box. It'll go off the leg of Wynn. Gertson looks for some space, takes a shot, and John Lindsay is there to make the save.
Composed save from John Lindsay there. Keep the ball at the back of the net and keep the Ravens in good spirits for the next 4 minutes.
Ball bouncing around a little bit as Munoz controls it. Beard just going to punch it out of bounds.
Beard's playing in that backfield right now. He's trying to keep the speed of West down to a minimum. One of the faster players on the Northwest team.
potential handball, but there's a no call. Lindsay will go up, grab the crossbar, but the ball will be out. We'll have another goal kick.
The Ravens have 3.5 minutes to hold this one out from Olathe West, 2-1.
And you have to wonder what the mood's like and for the Olathe West players right now. Their mistake actually ended up costing them that goal with a foul in the box.
You know, they're probably a little frustrated right now, and that's not good for them. They need to find their composure, and if they want to have a chance to win this game, they're going to need to contain the ball and slow it down. It looks like right now they're just looking to play it forward. Looks like it's going to happen to come out well for them. Good defensive play by Braden Beard. He's going to take it out for a Olathe West corner.
Onassa had some space, but Beard, Dodds, and Cooper were all right there in the area. West is going to hurry up to take this corner. Luke High is going to be out to take his shot. Ball's going to go into the box. It's going to get cleared out. Ravens have room. Johnson's got plenty of space.
Chase Klusman streaking down the middle of the field. Nobody on him.
He almost gets around one defender, but he's going to pick up a foul.
We should be seeing a yellow or red card here. He might have been called the last defender, and if that's the case, it's going to be an instant red here. It looks like we're going to get a yellow.
Once again, Johnson is on the turf. He must be cramping up a little bit.
He's calling for a sub here.
We have 2 subs ready to come in.
Raven Nation loud right now. West just standing around. Shirts off, red card showing. Loud chanting against the West. Northwest is looking good right now.
There's just under 3 minutes left on the clock. The score is 2-1, Olathe Northwest over Olathe West. Some issues over on the far sideline with the West bench. The ref is going to have to come over and have a conversation. There's some visible anger from their coach.
Trump's not happy about that call in the box. He doesn't seem to be happy about some other calls that have been happening in the past 10 minutes. But, you know, kudos to him. He's a great coach. He's a sporting coach, and he's done a really good job to get this West team started from the ground up.
The Ravens have dropped many of their players back behind midfield. They have no intention of pushing.
They're looking to hold on to that ball in the attacking third up here.
Klusman's just going to try to dribble around, and the ball will go out of bounds.
Unfortunate play for the Ravens. Could have killed a lot more time on that one.
Clock is around 2.5 minutes.
Looks like we've got Mason Badowski in on that left side to give the Ravens some more legs and some more intensity in that midfield. Ref's going to call for a push-off on Landon Olette right now. Going to be a free kick for Olathe West at about half field.
Gertzen will take it. As he kicks, the clock reaches about 2 minutes. John Lindsay comes streaming up the field, and the ball will go off his hands. He makes the smart play to just kick it out of bounds. Owls are in a hurry here. There's a second ball on the field, though. Munoz gets around Dodds.
They're going to give the handball on Matthew Dodds for a dangerous Olathe West free kick.
West taking no time at all to get set up. Ball going to box. It's bouncing around. It goes up in the air, and Lindsay will just punch it out. There may be a foul on Northwest. Potential free kick coming.
It looks like they've given a PK to West. A little bit of confusion going on right now.
Seems to be some arguing here. Looks like if there is a PK, it's going to be Luke High with the shot.
Now, Jack, I'm not for sure what happened there. It could have been a handball in the box. That just might have been an unfortunate positioning from the player.
Big play here from John Lindsay. And it'll find the upper left corner. Luke High's going to shush the Ravens student section. And the game will be tied up at 2s with just under a minute and a half left in the second half. Unfortunate turn of events here for the Ravens.
Both student sections getting loud right now. Northwest knowing that might not have been the best call. West knowing that this game is equal and anybody's game now. We've now got West student sectioners running with their shirts off towards Northwest. This has been an interesting student section fight, haven't we? Don't we think?
Absolutely. It always is between these two schools.
Biggest rivalry in Kansas.
Cluson's going to play it over the left sideline. We're looking to push quick here. Foot race between Peterson and a Raven down on the sideline. It looks like there's going to be a foul. And it looks like the Ravens are going to be content to send this one to overtime. Lindsay's going to take his time to get the ball back out of the box. Cashin will put the ball in the air. The ball will bounce around a bit. Cluson will bring it to the ground. Kick it over to the far sideline to Baker. Clock is under 30 seconds. Baker's tripped up a little bit. There's going to be a foul. The clock ticks under 20 seconds, now 15. Do the Ravens try to take a shot here?
They've got to. You got 9 seconds to get that ball in the back of the net. This is going to be the last chance of the game here.
Ball's going to go into the box. It's in the air. Klusman's going to go up, but Dolores will come up with it. That'll be the end of the regulation time. We are tied at 2. Olathe Northwest 2. Olathe West. We'll be back in a few minutes with overtime.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
The Dig Pink event started in 2013. I feel like it's a great opportunity for all of our volleyball programs to actually reach out and work with the community for a great cause. This event is very community oriented. Like, the players come in, and I think there is the aspect of competition on the floor, but I think there's a very sense of community with all the teams when we come to an event like this.
Yeah, normally it's competitive, but each team is playing for something that's kind of bigger than themselves. So everybody works hard, but we're also sponsoring a good cause.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
It just, it helps promote awareness for what's going on, and all the girls were doing what we love, so it's just like a big event for everybody because we're doing it for people we love, and it's also promoting awareness.
All of the JV and varsity volleyball teams from the Olathe School District get together, and we just have a good time of fellowship, but then they bring in and provide speakers that either have been personally affected by breast cancer.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.
Dig Pink is where all the high schools come together and play each other, and it's a really fun atmosphere with a big crowd.
I think the best thing is that night we're all Olathe.
The purpose of Dig Pink is to spread awareness about cancer and to have everyone together to talk about it. The atmosphere is just very fun. It's not necessarily competition. It's just everyone getting together to again spread awareness.
The parade or the marching in of the survivors or the people we're paying tribute to. It's a night that brings Olathe together. It's a fun thing.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families.
So as we get set for overtime to begin, Evan, what did you see on that ball into the box that made you think that there could have been a PK called?
You know, we went back and looked at it, and to me it looked like we had a West player who got a little bit of a touch on the ball, and it was just enough to get to the hand of a Northwest player. So we're thinking that it was a handball called in that final few minutes of the game that gave West that PK. And, you know, I think it's a questionable call. It looked like the handball was in a natural position of the hand, and inside the box, that's not always what you can call a PK, so.
So in overtime, especially for Keisha, there are some special rules. Evan, do you have any idea what those are?
I do. So the way this overtime is going to work is we're going to have a golden goal. The first team to score is going to come out victorious in this match. We're going to have 2 halves of 10 minutes. And if we don't find any goals within those 10 minutes, we are going to have a draw.
All right, so you heard it here. Ravens looking to find the first goal. A slide by Beard. He's going to pick up a card here. Not by Beard, excuse me, by Mason Wynn. He'll get a yellow. First card of the night from Northwest.
We've got Luke High at the center field mark, ready to kick on a free kick for Olathe West.
Gabriel James will enter for Mason Wynn.
If I'm not correct, this is Gabe's first time on the field all game. He should be the freshest pair of legs out there, so he's ready to go. Luke High with the kick into the box.
Cooper will head. There won't be anything going. The shot will go right into the hands of John Lindsay. The ball will go to James. But Ragland will control it. He's looking down the field for Johnson on the far sideline. Johnson's looking to attack. He shoots.
A beautiful shot from Leif Johnson!
Top right corner from Leif Johnson as he runs over to the student section. And the fans are on the field. That's the ball game. Olathe Northwest 3, Olathe West 2. A beautiful, beautiful shot from Johnson to win the ball game.
That has been the shot they've been looking for all game, Jack. You've seen multiple times Braden Beard taking that shot. Leif's taking that shot multiple times. Caleb Ragland taking that shot. And they finally convert that shot from outside the box, curling towards that back corner. What a beautiful goal.
And it only took 1 minute to do so. Ravens make quick work in overtime. And the fans are thrilled.
I'm thrilled, Jack. What a way to end the game.
Hands will be shaking, and Alma Mater will be sung. That's all from us tonight. Thank you for tuning in. This was Jack Clayton and Evan Calkins signing out.
Come out to Olathe East on October 8th to watch our Olathe High School volleyball teams and to support the Dig Pink movement. Dig Pink supports female breast cancer patients and their families. Come be part of the cure.